Join us for the following previews. Hello, hello, hello. This is Adolf, and I have with me the great Jake.
Howdy, folks.
And the wonderful Jacob.
Hey, everybody.
And the temperature has been starting to rise, and I don't know about y'all, but it is quite hot where I am. And
it's quite cozy here.
What temperature do you got over there, Jacob?
It is around 82 degrees, give or take, so fairly comfortable.
Jake?
Last time I checked, it was 72 degrees.
All right, well, for me, where I live, it is 93 degrees, and the heat index, it feels like 100.
Mother Nature hates Greg Abbott, that's why.
Yep.
And for our non-American people, my temperature is 34 degrees Celsius, and it feels like 38. So, it is sunny and hot. So that means it is time for the summer 3D movie preview.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Now, I should have done this like a month ago, and I'm sorry. Just busy with life and trying to get things, and you know, it's kind of hard lately to know what movies are coming out when and if they're 3D or not. So I kind of tried my best to not put out there fake information or guesses. So at the very least, this thing is going to be today. This podcast and this article is on the website right now, which you can find a link to in the show notes. We'll have accurate information because I tried really hard to investigate, and yeah, there's not that many 3D movies this summer, but we got confirmation on all of them, so that's good. So, since we have confirmation, we're not going to be doing the jazz of, what do you think? You think there's going to be a 3D movie? Or you don't know, I don't know. Nope, all these are confirmed 3D releases, but we'll talk about the 2D releases as well. And at the very end, we'll have some bonus features for patrons. So, it's June, so let's get started for June releases for 3D. We're going to go talk about 3D first, of course, and then talk about 2D afterwards. And this is going to be a pretty comprehensive list. We got a whole bunch of special events there, too, and some Netflix. So we got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Now, the first confirmed 3D movie coming out is an animated movie, and it's a sequel. It is Inside Out 2 from Pixar. How excited are y'all for this?
I'm actually... first one was great. The trailers for this new one have been but I'm still hopeful, but I'm guarded hopeful.
Yeah, it's like I want more of the same, but I also want it to expand upon its ideas from the original, and I hope it does, and I hope it's good.
Yeah. I kind of agree with y'all that I definitely love the first one. I think I gave the first one a 9, and this looks really solid. I'm just worried about having more emotions, how it's going to flow, and then is there like a limit to how many emotions you get in life? Because I don't really know.
Yeah, and how do they parse? And how do they parse different emotions?
Because, different emotions are, they're distinct.
They seem like some things overlap. Yeah.
Because anxiety and depression are very different, but also similar emotions.
Yeah. I mean, but you also have sadness, and that just kind of envelops, anxiety and stuff, sort of. So, yeah, it's really strange. It would have been better if instead of different characters, that they would have showed them evolving or growing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they grow with her.
Yeah,
she grows up
like a Pokemon. They evolve.
Yeah.
Because sadness is much more complicated thing than just sadness.
Yes.
And, I think there's definitely going to be a lot more emotions than the trailers have shown. They just don't want to show up everything.
Well, based on the trailer, the 3D is still going to be mid.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
The 3D in the first one I thought was very weak. I don't remember many scenes at all being all that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the sequel that makes the most sense. Okay, I'm game for a Pixar sequel of Inside Out, much more than other Pixar sequels like Cars 2, we don't...
Or another
Toy Story.
Or another Toy Story movie. They've beaten that horse.
Yeah, we're still getting a fifth one, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, confirmed. This is coming out on June 14th, which is next weekend.
Yep.
Recording this on June 9th, so just in case anyone's wondering. All right. I mean, I love the cast here, so I'm definitely interested in seeing how things develop. And I don't know how much they're going to get into teenage angst, because teenage, I guess, puberty of a teenager than anything else, because that is not really emotion. That's a physiological part of you. So I don't know if they're going to go there. I think that would ban them in a whole bunch of different countries if they actually talk about the period or whatever. But who knows? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the only 3D release for June. Woo! All
Yay!
right. So July. July, we got 2, and the first one is another sequel. Yay!
More sequels.
Despicable Me 4.
At least the 3D looks really good. That's what I'm hoping for when I see it. Is great 3D.
Illumination does do great 3D. I can't deny that.
Yeah, I'm like, why do they might as well just call them all Minions now. Instead of just having it because they've turned these into Minions movies. I mean, Gru and family and the other characters are like afterthoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're definitely a very popular and profitable money.
Yeah, I understand that. And anybody who's ever been on Facebook, every boomer has got a Minions meme.
And they don't always make sense, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we say, okay, boomer.
Mm-hmm.
And walk away.
So this is coming out July 3rd, so 4th of July weekend possibilities here.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a Despicable Me 4 movie. It really does not do anything that much different or more. It just looks like more of the same. If you don't like them, then you're not going to like this one either.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh well. It's the first Despicable Me was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They're just now beating a dead horse.
I mean, at least Minions 2 was halfway decent compared to Minions 1 or even Despicable Me 3, so...
Yeah.
They're at least passable. I don't hate these movies. I just don't love them. And I have no interest in rewatching them.
It's our more modern day version of the Ice Age movies. Like, why is there a series of these things?
Yeah.
And why do they keep making money?
I guess maybe Ice Age I felt like was worse, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I gave up on them, so yeah.
I mean, at least the Minions are funny in certain aspects in low doses.
Mm-hmm. That I agree with.
Yeah.
It's just hard to sustain it for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since they're not, like, doing much. Like, it's not like they're really advancing the story that much. The girls are still the same age. It's just, like, if they have changed it, it's, like, only slightly. So...
Well, they introduced a new baby, and they go into witness protection program. That's about it.
Yeah.
And the Minions get superhero power. Well, at least 5 of them do.
All right, let's keep going here. We got the only Marvel movie to come out in 2024 with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is kind of a shock because we've had like 3 recently, a year, if not 2. So we want to get 1, but this was one hell of a big one.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm already excited. I already pre-ordered my tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Deadpool and Wolverine. Hell yeah!
Hell yes.
Yes. The marketing alone is already worth the price of admission because it's hilarious.
Yeah, all they have to do is show the marketing, and no matter how shitty the movie is, you're going to walk out happy.
Yeah.
But
it probably won't be shitty. It'll probably be pretty good.
Yeah, this is coming out July 26th, and that I know of, it's still going to hold the whole R, which...
the latest ads say it's R.
I'm still stunned that Disney has not said, we're going to have a PG-13 version as well. Maybe sooner closer to the release, they'll have it too. But that's a prediction I had for the patrons. Because it just seems like they're losing money off the table if they don't have a PG-13 version of this as well as R. You can have both.
Well, they might have it for streaming to get people coming to sign up, parents signing up for their kids to see it.
Yeah, they tried that with Once Upon a Deadpool, and it just kind of flopped.
Yeah. And definitely appreciate that, the great Hugh Jackman is here reprising his role as Wolverine, and he's wearing his yellow and blue X-Men outfit.
Yep.
Love it. And I don't even know what's going on in the trailers. I don't really care. I know I trust full trust in this movie being great. It looks like they're going to play with some Loki stuff with the time... Or the Time Bureau.
Yeah.
Time Variance Authority.
Yeah, TVA.
Yep. And and I love that joke about when they see the giant Ant-Man skull, and Deadpool goes, Paul Rudd's
finally aged. Yeah.
So, apparently I think the director said publicly that you don't need to watch Loki or know anything to be able to enjoy this, which I still hope that they have in some things to Loki, some connections, because I really like Loki. The Loki TV show is legit good.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely game for this. Absolutely 100%. And if this is the last time we see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, I think we'll be all happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy.
I
mean, weren't we all happy with Logan?
Yeah. And I liked because Sean Levy's directing this, right?
Yeah.
He directed Free Guy in the 3D, and that was nice.
And I think he's in talks to do the next Avengers too.
Yes.
That could be interesting to see how Marvel pulls out of their mess that they've been in.
And one of the very rare R-rated 3D movies. Say that again, because this could be a lot of fun with the R rating and 3D and, stuff popping out and oh yeah.
Blood, gore, F words.
Yeah. And an obnoxious popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not obnoxious. It's going to be something.
So, Wolverine and Deadpool, definitely. Now, this is not really a sequel to Deadpool 2, but sort of. But it's not really a sequel to any X-Men movies either, but sort of. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that other trailers actually give you, that much of the plot, but I don't really care. I know where I got myself into.
Yeah, it's Deadpool, it's Ryan Reynolds, it's 3D, we're there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to August. And August has one noteworthy re-release. And August 14th, Coraline is coming back to theaters with remastered 3D.
Woo!
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now, I forget, but I think one of us have seen Coraline in 3D originally when it originally came out, right?
I did.
Not me. I wanted to.
And how was that?
Well, I happen to live in Leica's backyard practically, so it's almost mandatory here. But it looked good, and I imagine it's going to look better. I mean, that's a great movie.
Oh yeah, Coraline's a classic. Those button eyes are so creepy.
Yeah, I'm just hoping this jump starts interest back in Leica again, and we'll get some new stuff.
we haven't gotten a movie from them since what? Missing Link?
Yeah. That's been a long time.
And the Coraline is great horror for kids, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So not only is it 3D release, it is a updated, remastered 3D. So it's even better than it was before. Which when it came out, I mean that 3D was very new and very rare. So not many people got to see it in 3D in theaters. So
yeah, it was before Avatar kind of created that boon.
Mm-hmm.
Because it originally came out in about February of 2009, I think. So early days.
Right.
Yeah, this current 3D wave.
All right, so that's it for the 3D movies coming out this summer. That's it. We got 4 movies. That's it.
I mean, I still have a possibility that Twisters may come out in 3D, so
we'll get to
keep my hopes up for that. Yeah,
we'll get to that. But hey, okay, no original movies, so that sucks. All of them are sequels. And one of them is Radar, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And August definitely is still hot, so I definitely consider August part of summer, especially here in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I don't know, is it still hot over there with y'all in August?
Yes.
Usually until October.
Okay. All right, so now we're done with the 3D, let's talk about some noteworthy 2D movies. So, let's talk about these already come out. A little bit late to this game, but it's we do our best. Now I did post this article I think June 1st, so if you went to the website you would see this article already. But June 2nd and 3rd, Muppet Movies 45th anniversary Fathom event.
Classic.
Yeah. June 2nd and 5th, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World was already done. Flashback Cinema. Yeah, that's Scott Pilgrim. Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Bad Boys 4, Ride or Die just came out on the 7th. I heard it good.
Yeah.
If it's anything like the last one was surprisingly good. Bad Boys for Life.
We got The Watchers. Just came out too on the 7th. Hitman on Netflix comes out on the 7th. Which Hitman's interesting because there's like another Hitman movie. It's like the second one coming out this year.
There's dozens of movies named Hitman. I mean, I don't know why anybody would call a movie Hitman.
Yeah.
And now today, the 9th and 12th, Ferris Bueller's Day Off is releasing on Flashback Cinema with thoughts on Ferris Bueller.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. But you can probably buy media copies of these for cheaper than the tickets would be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the whole point is to see in the theater, not to,
I know, but a lot of these, like Fathom events near me, they're absolutely wretched. The presentation is wretched. And they charge you $15.
On the 14th of June... Ultraman Rising comes out on Netflix. Oh man, this looks pretty cool, and this should have been a 3D release.
Sounds awesome. Ultraman. We're getting into my my childhood.
I never seen them, but the trailer for this is gorgeous. Talk about a movie that
I've never seen any Ultraman.
Yeah, talk about a movie that's going to look great in 4K at home. Ultraman Rising, this is a beautifully shot. And I saw the trailer for this, and I was like, oh, could have been great in 3D. There's just so many shots, and it's like so action-packed. So, yeah. The 15th, 16th, and 19th, Flashback Cinema is going to have Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first Indiana Jones movie.
Mm-hmm. And the best.
Raiders is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Last Crusade's better.
We'll agree to disagree.
I haven't seen them, so I don't know.
No, the thing is, I'm not saying Last Crusade is bad. Of all the movies called Indiana Jones, Last Crusade is the best one. But I think the one in the whole series is Raiders. Raiders, just to me, is just on a whole other level.
But the first one, Indiana Jones, didn't matter at all. So
yeah. Oh, Temple of Doom could have been anybody. I mean, that was just a terrible movie.
All right, the 21st, Bike Riders comes out.
That one seems interesting. I kind of wanted to see that back in December when it was supposed to release, but the strikes changed that.
Yeah.
The 23rd and 26th, South Park, bigger, longer, uncut 25th anniversary sing-along version comes to Fathom Events. Hell yeah!
Blame Canada.
Blame Canada.
Bigger, longer, uncut is fantastic. I love this movie.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah. I can't look at whenever I see a picture of Bill Gates, I can't stop thinking about this movie.
The songs, I didn't know it was a musical, but after walking away, it's just like, oh my god, the songs are so iconic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they got, and they even got Oscar noms. It's even more wild.
Nope.
This actually might be kind of cool in 3D if they ever converted it. Which, obviously South Park is done kind of flat style, but it could be interesting. But South Park, it's I love South Park. Even the new seasons are great. I really like it. Coming out 22nd, 23rd, and 26th, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince is coming to Flashback Cinema. I don't remember this one that well.
I haven't seen them.
I saw them all, but I don't remember individual ones too well. Like, remember the first one, I remember the time travel one, I remember the last two.
Yeah, I'm so over Harry Potter. I don't even care.
All right, 28th, we got Horizon, an American Saga, Part 1.
This one seems interesting. Like, it's visually beautiful, but I don't know how I feel about it. It looks really cool, but does it need to be in the 4 parts?
The Western.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wish Kevin Costner luck. I mean, I'm not the intended audience for this. I mean, I may wind up seeing it. A lot depends on how my schedule is and how my physical therapy goes, because there's a lot of movies I've missed this year because of my physical therapy, and this may be another one on there.
I've never got into a Western, so I don't really care.
I mean, I like Westerns, but I'm not the biggest Dances with Wolves fan. I mean, I don't hate it. It's not one of my. It's not even in my top 100 Westerns.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the 28th, A Quiet Place Day 1. Now, this could have been really cool in 3D.
Yeah. This is another franchise they're kind of beating the horse.
I haven't seen any of these Quiet Place movies. I've heard good, but I never watched them.
They are good. I just watched the second one the other day, and it was good, but not as good as the first one. But there's just so many unexplained things of like why they didn't live right by a waterfall where they can make all the noise they want. Instead, they just live on their farm. It's just kind of dumb.
The rules are weird?
Not really weird. It's just like you're not supposed to make any sound. It's just they travel and they don't make sound, or sometimes they'll walk on a path that's covered in sand to dampen their footsteps, but there's grass right beside it. And grass is usually way quieter. So why do all that when you could just walk in the grass? It's just, stupid things like that.
Yeah.
On the 29th and 30th of June, Jaws comes back to theaters. I wish this was the 3D release.
It was a really good 3D, great 3D.
Mm-hmm. And hey, Jaws is well worth seeing on the big screen, and I hope Flashback does a better job than Fathom does.
Yeah.
I love watching Jaws. Was it last year or was it the year before when we released? I think it was last year. Right?
2022, I think.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Okay, wow. But yeah, that re-release was great in 3D.
Yeah, that version was nice. I hope it sees a physical media release.
Come on, Turbine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, and kind of a weird schedule here. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is going to get re-released with via Fathom Events. So the first one, Fellowship, is the June 8th, 15th, and 22nd. Two Towers, 9th, 16th, and 23rd, and Return of the King Extended Edition, June 10th, 17th, and 24th. So it's kind of a really weird timeline to when to go back to see the movies, but I love the original trilogy.
Yeah, and you
they
can
are
buy them
okay.
and you can buy them on physical media cheaper than it would be to buy those tickets. And
maybe
and Fathom events are notorious for bad. The horror stories.
I really like the original trilogy. I only watched them the first one time in theaters, I think it was. But, I mean, I'd rather watch the original Lord of the Rings trilogy than the Hobbit trilogy. But,
Yeah. Oh, the Lord of the Rings, especially the longer editions in 3D. Oh, those are like chef's kiss.
Oh, they got 3D releases?
Yes.
I know that.
Yeah. The extended ones got 3D releases.
Where?
In the U.S.
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
Huh. Yeah, the extended ones got 3D releases.
Okay.
When
they came out on home video.
And then,
are you sure you're not talking about the Hobbit movies?
No,
because the Lord of the Rings never got a home video release in 3D.
The Lord of the Rings movies got 3D releases, and their extended ones got 3D releases as well. Peter Jackson is a big proponent of 3D. He pushed for it and got it. And here in Portland, occasionally when they celebrate Tolkien's birthday at McMinnon's, they'll run the 3D versions.
I'll have to take your word on it, but I never heard of that. And
yeah, I had never heard of that either. I think you're thinking of the Hobbitses.
But okay.
God, you now got me. God, please, somebody tell me I'm not crazy.
I'm looking it up right now, and I can't see anything about it.
Yeah.
I would go to 3D. No. What is that spot I'm thinking of? They would have it 3D and.
Because the Hobbit movies are very different movies, and I don't like any. I gave up on the first one. I was like, this sucks. Or like halfway through, I was like, I got other things I could do. I don't know. I can't find anything about that. Maybe you thought maybe it was a dream you had, and
or wish fulfillment.
Maybe you travel from another dimension that had it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm from another alternate reality.
All right, let's keep going here. July 2D releases. Beverly Hills Cop Axel F on Netflix.
It's been 30 years. I'm excited. I hope it's good.
Yeah.
The third one was really, really bad.
Jaws also gets another release. So they're getting it both in end of June and July on Flashback Cinema. On the 5th, Maxine with 3 X's in there.
Yes.
I'm not sure what this is. I don't know. Is this? I don't know. It just feels like I've lost something. There's like a
what, Maxine?
Yeah. What is this?
It's a part of the X series.
Okay.
You got X. You got Pearl. Now you got Maxine.
Okay.
X was a wonderful horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I guess I did not watch those, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. I haven't seen Pearl yet, but like X is really good. It's like some filmmakers are trying to make a porno on a Texas farm, and it's ran by like the farm is ran by 2 old people, and they just end up killing. So it's pretty solid.
All right, on the 7th and the 10th of July, Close Encounters of the Third Kind with the Fathom events.
Never seen them.
I thought it was kind of boring. Jake, you gonna save them or no?
For what?
Close Encounters of the Third Kind and defend it or nah?
As long as it's restored, the special edition sucks rocks.
I saw it on DVD, and I don't know if it was a restored version or if it was the original. I just thought it was boring and slow as hell. But maybe that's just me at the time. I don't know.
I don't know. I liked watching Richard Dreyfuss build that mountain and tearing up his yard and throwing all the dirt in. And
all right, the
Fair
12th.
enough.
On the 12th, we got Fly Me to the Moon. It looks kind of like a fun kind of romp.
Never heard of this.
Long Legs, which is another horror movie. A lot of horror movies coming out this summer.
Yeah, it's Nicolas Cage plays a serial killer.
Okay.
The 13th through the 17th, Princess Mononoke on Fathom Events.
Never seen it.
Jake, you watch it?
Yeah, I saw it when it came out. Unfortunately, I've only seen it dubbed in English because that was the only way you could see it. And I'm not going to give my local Regal $15 to see it in substandard project. Basically, it'll look like it's a fuzzy videotape projected with a low rent projector.
From a lot of anime people that I've heard of, they absolutely adore Princess Mononoke. They say it's one of the best ever. I watched it, and it didn't do anything for me. It didn't connect with me. It just was like, I guess. I don't know what's going on. It's weird.
Yeah. There's one. I mean, I like Porco Rosso more, but that's just me.
All right. On the 19th, we got Twisters.
I'm interested, but it just seems like it didn't need to happen.
It's a weird story behind this movie because it was supposed to be Twisters 2, and then Twisters 2 was supposed to be announced to be 3D, and then they said, no, this is not Twisters 2, this is not a sequel to Twister, but then it is a sequel, but then it's actually like a reboot, but it's actually not a reboot, it's its own thing, so...
But not really.
I don't know what the hell this is. It could be fun. It would be more fun in 3D.
I wish it wasn't Glenn Powell. He just seems like an AI-generated movie star. He just seems generic with a generic name.
Yeah, it just kind of doesn't do anything for me.
I didn't like the first Twisters, and I'm just going to pass on this one, too.
I enjoyed the first Twister movie. It was okay, like the dialogue and stuff's not great. There's not really a story, but the scenes of carnage is just fantastic.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of if you grew up in Tornado Alley, tornadoes don't work that way, and when you can't suspend. Yeah, and I couldn't suspend disbelief enough to get into it. So I'm not.
Fair.
So I'm gonna not sit there and go, "Oh, this movie sucks." Blah 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 blah. It just didn't do anything for me. But I understand why people would like it because I know a lot of LA punks hate Repo Man with a passion, and I love it. But then again, I didn't grow up in the LA punk scene.
Let's keep going here. We got the 21st, the Never Ending Story 40th anniversary. Oh,
never seen it.
I love it. It's so good. It's like total nostalgia porn, but it works really well. This would be really cool in 3D, and it definitely hits hard. The scene with the horse is just it hits like a ton of bricks. It's so imaginative, had some great special effects back then. Oh, Never Ending Story is a classic. Jake, you got my back on this or no?
No.
Aww.
I just never got into this.
All right. We also got, going into August 2nd, Cuckoo and Harold and the Purple Crayon. Cuckoo looks like a crazy, kind of fun.
No idea what that is.
Another horror movie.
Ah.
Now, the other one here, Harold with the Purple, that would have been great in 3D.
I mean, Sony being how they are, who knows if it will or will not. I don't know. But it still looks bad.
And it feels like they're just getting the same kind of Shazam kind of thing. going on. With he's a kid and not a kid, and yeah.
It just doesn't really interest me. Like, so Sony's been kind of cornering the kids live action movie market recently with like Lyle Lyle Crocodile and this and the Peter Rabbit movies. Like, what's the point? They're not really doing well at the box office. Just quit pumping them out.
I mean, I do like Levi a lot. Zachary Levi is good.
He's solid.
And this had so much potential to be really cool in 3D and have a lot of fun effects flying out and stuff. And it just looks like it's for 5-year-olds and their parents, and that's it. It isn't like it's trying to be a movie for everybody. It's just a movie for kids, which is understandable. You got to make movie for kids too, but at the same time, you can make movies that kids could enjoy that adults could also enjoy.
Yeah, this just seems like lowest common denominator.
Jake, you have any feelings on Harold and the Purple Crayon?
Looks absolutely wretched. It was one of those things I remember reading it as a little kid.
And this doesn't inspire you based on nostalgia?
Oh, hell no. Harold is just a little bald kid.
All right. Moving on, in August, we got the 9th Borderlands movie. I haven't played the games. It looks visually interesting, but it also looks bad, and this should have been in 3D. Absolutely.
Yeah, Eli Roth is a very differing filmmaker. Like, he has his fans, but he also has a lot of detractors, and it looks like a generic Guardians of the Galaxy video game adaptation clone thing. Just doesn't look great.
Jake?
Yeah.
All right, we also got Trap, another horror movie. On the 11th and 12th of August, we got Lawrence of Arabia via Fathom Events. I don't like Lawrence of Arabia. I thought it was boring as hell. It's visually beautiful, absolutely great cinematography. Will not deny that. But it feels like a 7-hour movie. How slow it is.
Yeah,
Jake?
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah. It is visually beautiful though, but it is slow.
But it probably will not be beautiful at Fathom Events. Maybe if you live in a city that has theaters that really give a damn and properly present movies, it would be a worthwhile experience. But if you're like me and live in a podunk town that the theater has less employees than screens, and you have to buy your tickets at the concession stand, then chances are it's not going to look very nice. You'll be lucky if the damn thing's in focus.
All right. Moving on to the 16th of August. We're rounding things up here. Alien Romulus. This would be way too dark to be in 3D, but, it looks like a cool action movie, horror. Yes. I think they could have just
dropped it's good.
Alien
I hope it's
this.
good. I mean, it's another one of these franchises they're beating the hell out of, like Terminator.
I like Fede Alvarez. He did the Evil Dead remake in 2013, and he done the, Don't Breathe. So I have kind of higher hopes than usual.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I'm just getting too old. I'm becoming one of those get off my lawn people. I hope not.
I've got Horizon American Saga Chapter 2 on the 16th as well.
We'll see if the first one makes any money. Then we'll see if that one releases.
It just kind of seems weird to have it within the same summer. It's like you might as well just wait and have it one big ass movie instead.
Yeah, just make it a mini series. That's what it should have been.
Yeah.
A lot of older people seem to really love their westerns on CBS.
Yeah, and Blue Bloods and all that jazz.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if they come to theaters. I mean, here they do. Here they used to. I don't know if they still do. Because every once in a while, I used to go see one of those crappy religious films just for the laughs, and they would usually be packed with old people. And I'm old. They make me when I would go to, and my mother used to joke that I went to see these because I would feel like a kid because I'd be the youngest one in the audience.
I mean, yeah, there's like always crowds when I go to the theater, and there's always like episodes of The Chosen now on the big screen, and it's like you see all these older people in church clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So next up on the 23rd of August, the Crow remake is finally coming out.
I love The Crow, the original one, and this one looks like it's doing different, but I don't know about it. It just seems bad, but I'll still watch it maybe.
I'll probably eventually see it. I'm a fan of the comic book movie. The first movie was all right. Not a very good adaptation of the comic in reality. I thought the story in the comic was more interesting. And this just looks like an MTV video. It's not going to have any of the grit or charm of the original movie. But I could be wrong. Trailers are misleading.
Yeah. It looks a little generic for my taste. It looks like it could have been direct to Netflix kind of thing. I don't know. It's missing something that I just feel like it would be more badass for.
It's something that was. I mean, obviously, this movie got remade to cash in on the interest in superhero movies. I just think they were a little late.
I mean, wasn't this in development hell for like ever though?
Yeah, so it's supposed to have like Jason Momoa, different filmmakers, different writers, and it's now coming out.
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out earlier in June, and now June 7th, but now end of August. So, but yeah, it was supposed to be out, I think, years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times it got delayed, but yeah, it's been development hell forever. So the last movie is an independent movie called Slingshot. We don't have a trailer for this, but it's based on the Blecker Street movies, and these are the same people that made Ezra, which is getting a lot of buzz, Sasquatch Sunset, and this movie is about an astronaut who's struggling to maintain his grip on reality as he is going to the Saturn's moon, Titan. Obviously, this could, space movies look great in 3D, so I don't think it's going to get a 3D release because it's an independent movie, but it's an interesting concept.
Yeah. We already seen this year with Adam Sandler and Spaceman.
All right, so that's it for all the summer movies coming out for 2024 for until August. It feels,
kind of a bad summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of feels like a weak summer.
Yeah.
What is
Thank you, strikes.
Well, COVID strikes, everything kind of, sometimes you just get a crappy summer. So.
Yeah, true. And people are fed up with how expensive it is to go to the movies.
No.
So what 2024 summer 3D movie are you most interested in?
Deadpool and Wolverine, no question.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Jake?
I'm interested in that as well as Longlegs.
3D movie specifically.
Oh, Deadpool and Wolverine.
All right. What 3D movie are you most dreading?
Despicable Me 4.
Me 4?
Yeah. I mean, even if Inside Out somehow flops, I think it'll still probably be great. It may not be as good as the first, but I will be stunned if it's not a great movie. It's just, it should be better, but I totally expect Despicable Me 4 would be just exactly what it is. And we already know Coraline. I've already seen Coraline. We all know that's great, so that's not going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Which summer movie do you think will have the best 3D?
Despicable Me.
Yeah, Despicable Me 4.
Yeah. I hope. I mean, it would be awesome if Wolverine and Deadpool has an awesome 3D. Hopefully it will be, but you never know.
Oh, they might let them cut loose since it's an R-rated movie. They don't have to worry about straining little kids' eyes.
And hopefully the Coraline is going to be just really, step it up and be awesome. But, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 2D only movie. What are you most interested in?
Me? Long Legs.
All right.
I've never even heard of that movie.
Oh, it's the Nicolas Cage serial killer movie.
Oh, okay. God, with this summer just kind of being a bust, 2D only movie, maybe Horizons seems kind of interesting.
Yeah, I guess Ultraman, because I don't really know the property that well. It looked really cool.
It's really cool. Yeah, it's kind of a giant robot.
Summer.
Yeah.
All right. What 2D only movie are you disappointed is not getting a 3D release?
Unless they change it around, Twisters.
Yeah.
I was disappointed Furiosa didn't get a 3D release.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it would have benefited a whole lot.
I mean, it would have been a great opportunity to have Never Ending Story come out in 3D with the 40th anniversary. That would have been awesome. I think it would have been really cool in 3D, and I think it would be really a good excuse to go to the theater to see that. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think Alien Romulus would be cool in theory, but it's so dark. Dark and dark and 3D don't mix well.
Yeah, usually they don't. I mean, Prometheus looked pretty good.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, I think also Borderlands could look gorgeous in 3D. Just how they shot that trailer.
Yeah.
It looks like a bad movie, but it looks like it could have been great in 3D.
Yeah.
All right. If you're a patron, stick around for your bonus features. For everyone else, bye.
Yes, thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Before this podcast wraps up, I want to thank MK Ultra, Gravity Head Zero, Travante Classics, and Axe Folk for being my super VIP patrons on Patreon. You can find 3D or 2D on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, and more. Just look for 3D or 2D. Links are in the info box. If you want to send us listener mail, our email address is email3dortwo@gmail.com. Thank you for either listening or watching this podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.